Hello there, taxidermists and gentle peeps.
Yes,
This
I
is
did.
Neil
I think
Woodman
maybe
and
leave a comment
Martin
below. Tell
from
me
Under
how
the
would
Hot
you?
End. And we are here tonight to bring some more japes larking about and 3D printer news, filament reviews, and all sorts. Hi, Martin. How are you? Yeah. Oh, I remember the pictures of you being rather tanned. Oh dear. Ooh. Oh, is that what that is? Wow. But you still have both your eyes, so that's good. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like metal polishing is not the profession to be in. Hmm. Well, that's all right then. All good in the hood. Yeah. What's the latest goss? Is this getting ready for the Christmas rush or is this pre-Christmas releases? Jeez. Yeah. 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 Yep. Going blue. I mean, they've got some nice discounts going on there. Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. The Photon S there for $219 is not a bad price either. $160 off. Yeah, so now is the time basically. Okay. Yep. Wow. That's that's pretty nuts. Right. Okay. Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, like they really are low price, high quality stuff, you know. I mean, you can do a lot with them. There's a lot happening, you know. It's good stuff. Yes. Yes. No, I mean, there's a lot of people have gone from FDM to resin and been like, this is easy mode, you know. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yes, yes, yeah, 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 yeah. I would like to prove that I can do it. The Ender 5 Plus at the moment is being a very, very naughty boy. Um, yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's doing a print that it has done before, but it's not doing it. It's messing up the infill again, and it's like, mhm. Oh no, I don't have that sort of problem. What this has been doing this time is like it's been doing where the infill is. It might as well not have bothered. It's like you thanks for trying, but no, no thanks. Yeah, next time can you actually just do it, please? Yeah, exactly, exactly. So it's yeah, mm, yeah, yeah, makes sense. Nice, nice. Yep. Yeah, I mean you were quite impressed with the Mingdas, weren't you? Yeah. Mm. Right. I'd take the top mounts off. They don't need to be there. You don't need them. Yeah. Oh. Mm. Yeah, yeah. No. The thing is when you've got a straight rod and you've got 3 points of connection, that has to be perfectly straight. The whole point of the top being free is that it doesn't matter because the mm, yeah, yeah. They're not precision engineered enough to warrant having that kind of support. Like the idea, I mean, even just loosening off the gunmetal bearing that's on there is a key step, and because all that is something to provide a platform to push the Z rail up. That floating gives you enough tolerance to for any deviation within the thing. It's not imperative that that is captive at all. And you're more likely to give yourself issues with those on than if it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then where you get the biggest deviation, if your Z is at that height, you're going to get binding. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Mm. It's Martin and the Dancing Printers. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
just um so yeah, on the mingda, that's one. Basically, I would suggest anybody watching hop over onto the mingda homepage on Facebook, drop them a like, and just see, have a look, see what you think. There's some really nice machines there, and there's some nice stuff to come by all accounts.
Mm.
I think they're going to be one to watch over the next 12 months.
Yeah, definitely. I did like the look of that new machine. I mean, it was very consumer grade, not
Yeah,
tinkerers, it was very much here is a
plug and play.
machine. This is what it does. It
Yeah,
looks sleek. Enjoy
yeah.
this.
I've actually spoke with Mingda themselves about it,
Yep.
and their claim at the minute is it runs less than 40 decibels.
Mm.
That's quiet. That is very quiet, and that's while producing. So we're
Yeah.
not talking about when we turn it on. We're
Yeah.
talking printing.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
You'd hope
that's
so.
yeah, that's going to be quiet. That's going to be good
Okay.
because uh, even if you look at like the likes of Artillery, which I love my Hornet, and I I can't fault my Hornet. It's a
You
great machine for what
you
it
very
is.
much do love your Hornet.
I love my Hornet. Um, that's quite a quiet machine, but it's still around the 50 odd decibel.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, and it's running 2208. It's quite a quiet machine.
Oh, okay.
So I'm interested to see. I what I would love is to get hold of one and we can rate it. I will actually get the sound app on my phone and we'll fire up the all the machines I've got here at the time and we'll
Yeah,
compare.
yeah, and find out actually what the live running decibels of them are.
Yeah, yeah,
That,
and that's something else we can people can take into account because generally so far I think the quietest two machines I've got actually, believe it or not, is the Pyramid. I can't believe how quiet that machine is. That is just quality for a company that I've not heard a lot about.
yeah,
That is quality. And the Fokoos is damn quiet. That's actually running now in this room,
yeah.
and you can't really hear it.
No, no,
Um,
you can't at all.
it's quiet. So if it's on the same power as that, it's definitely going to be a contender, I think.
Nice. One to watch.
Yeah, definite one to watch there.
I mean,
So
it does in this sort of time period of 3D printing, because obviously earlier on you wanted printer, you wanted cheap, you didn't care,
it
but
just
it does seem that really you need to be making your printers quiet, like
yeah,
really quiet.
there's a high demand now, especially with the likes of UK and Americans that are in, you know, main
Apartments.
cities, apartment city blocks and things like that, are wanting quiet printers so they can run them at home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
You can
mean, this
sleep.
is the thing, is like it's okay if you're running it in a factory building or in a
Exactly.
garage or something with 50 others, but
Yeah,
like if you want to run
or
it,
like
like the wife is not going to allow a noisy printer in the house.
exactly. I mean, my wife doesn't even like quiet printers. Let's be honest. She don't like printing at all. She's like, no, not interested. But if it's quiet, I can slide one in.
Yeah.
She's all right. She's like, if
The
it's
one
noisy,
thing, the one thing I really don't like about 3D printing is 3D printing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love I love everything about it, but actually doing the printing.
See, I don't know. I get lately. I get a real obsession with the printers I've got here now. I've got this really weird obsession of watching them, and I can fall asleep watching them. It's
Fair
really
play.
weird. Um, whereas before, when I had like my original setups and all the rest, I used to get really bored quick.
Mm,
I'd like put it in, push a button. It's laid the first layer. See you later.
yeah.
Walk out the door. Don't want to know. The ones I'm running now, I'm like, God, that's looking good. Damn, that looks even better. God, that's good. You know, it's really strange at the minute, and I think that's the way it's going at the minute. The machines are getting so good now; they're actually getting more of a joy to watch.
And I
Like,
suppose the other thing is like it's the sourcing of better components for less money as well,
yeah,
rather than just taking the cheapest off the shelf stuff.
yeah, I think they're actually pushing boundaries now to try and actually create some better stuff as well.
Hmm.
They're not just yeah, that works. We'll use that anymore. It's like that worked, but can we improve that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And
it's
it's
actually
compatibility between the boards, the drivers, and the steppers,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I
marrying
mean,
those three together.
hot ends at the moment, there is a lot of progression on hot ends and things. There are a lot of new hot ends meeting market, um, which is never a bad thing, but
Hmm.
finding a good one is where it gets harder now because
Yes,
there's a lot more stuff coming out. You're like, ah. So yeah, I mean, the pyramid, I'm amazed with the pyramid. I
really.
absolutely love this printer. And
Because
I have
from to look at, it didn't seem like anything special.
no, it's basically to look at, it looks like a slightly refined CR10 V2.
Hmm.
You know, nothing special. This thing is just ticking every box I chuck at it. It's awesome. I love it. And I've not even done the firmware update.
Right.
When it come with a firmware update on the card.
Yeah.
And it also come with a firmware update for you to add a BL touch.
Right.
So they supplied all of it. Okay, that's quite cool. Let's see what it can do without doing that.
Makes sense.
It, it's awesome. It's awesome. If it gets better, I'm loving life. This thing is great. I mean, I chucked in some PETG last night, ran it at 235. It was flawless. It weren't stringing, it weren't messing up. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to having a bit of a play over the next few weeks. I'm going to be doing a bit on the firmware. I may actually change the hot end to a all metal
Yeah.
because I think it deserves it. Um, I may even go down the route of playing with a BL touch, and I don't like ABL to be honest. I'm not overly fussed about it, but I might just do it because I like the machine.
Yeah.
Um, but good news from them at the moment. They have got the same model as what I've got. They have 30 in the country as we speak today. Um, if anybody wants to contact Helen over at TOAUTO, tell him Martin from Under the Hot End sent you. She will look after you and do you the best deal she can do for one of these units.
Okay. So who's that? Sorry.
Helen over
Helen
at TOAUTO
at TOAUTO to get your pyramid
A1.
B1.2 whatever
A1. It's
A1.
a pyramid A1 is what they've got in
Pyramid
shop.
A1.
That's all you need to
Speak
know.
to
All she
Helen
needs to know.
TOAUTO.
Yeah, I mean,
30 of them in the country.
there's 30 in the UK, bar mine, of course, because
Yeah.
mine's just mine. But there's 30 in the country as we speak, and they are looking for new homes um, to people who are willing to buy them and make good use of them. And you
Yeah.
won't be disappointed. It is good. Um, I've been on the community for best part of this week, looking around, scratching. Some clever guys over there on TOAUTO and the Pyramid Group. They've done all sorts of firmware updates. Now, I had a bit of a play. I got a bit carried away because I thought, this is a Rubens board and it's got the same TFT screen as the fokoos.
Yeah.
So I went and downloaded the MKS Wi-Fi plugin on Cura,
Yeah.
had a brief play with the settings in Cura for the Wi-Fi and
Right.
the print, and it does the same. It shows the image of what you're printing and everything off your
I
SD
did
card.
see you put out a preview image of that
Yeah,
actually. That
it's
that
a
is
win.
that's pretty
I'm
hot stuff.
I'm so impressed. It basically what it is the Rubens have most of the Rubens boards have a Wi-Fi port that you can buy an MKS Wi-Fi chip. Now, the thing I like with that, it's stupid cheap. It's like £8
Yeah.
maximum. Maximum. I paid over the top because I wanted it here quicker.
Right, yeah.
So it was like £8. It's a plug and play on the Rubens board. So you open it up, slot it in. Oh look, there it is. Off we go.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
love it when they make things easy.
I know.
The
Why don't
easy
we?
bit was my favorite part.
Yeah, yeah, the easy bit. It was good.
I
Anything after
love
that
the
was
easy
horrible.
bit.
So basically, once you don't even have to have the Wi-Fi chip in for this to work.
Mm,
Basically, with your machine out of the box set up, they give you a profile for Cura on the SD card.
yep,
So and show you how to set up the sizes and everything else for anybody who's never done it. So you make your profile and you select your printer, which is your Pyramid A1.
yep,
Then you go to the Cura marketplace and download the MKS Wi-Fi add-on.
yep.
Get that all set up so it's pretty easy. You download it, you turn Cura off, you reopen Cura, and it's basically in there. Then you go to your printer settings in the top of Cura, and it will then say MKS Wi-Fi. So in a column beside your printer, you
Right,
click on
yep.
that, and it will say screen support. Tick screen support. Then basically come out of your settings, slice your model, save as TFT file to card. That simple.
Nice.
And then from there on in, you'll get that image on your screen every time you
That
make a slide, as long as
that
your
is
name's not too long.
awesome.
That's the only other thing I found. If your name is super huge of your file,
Yep.
it won't display it then for some reason. So
Okay.
you've got to keep your name short of your save files.
Right,
Hence,
okay.
this
So
doing
when you save it out, you just got to
or
rename
reduce
it to
the
something
length of
else.
it. So say okay,
Mm.
I had body crashed
Mm.
section B. I
Yeah.
would change that to
D
section B.
DT crash starship body main one.
Part two of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
third
yeah.
layer, fourth floor.
Mm.
Yeah, it doesn't like that.
I mean, it's interesting, really. I mean, with those particular things, like we here at Digital Taxidermy are not short on naming things.
No,
Which there's two schools of thought on that. Really, you can just give it, you know, a 16 character or less name,
yeah,
which is fine on its own.
yeah,
But when we were setting up and looking at how we were going to start naming and doing things, my consideration was for, okay, what happens when somebody who's got 600 gigabytes of files, right, all in
STL,
a folder,
whatever. Yeah,
right? How do they find them, right? So for starters, all of
you
our
want something
files are
simple.
appended with DT and
Yeah,
that because they'll all then be together. And
yeah,
then you've got the model name and the part name because then they'll all be together. It means
yeah.
you could just dump all of your STLs in a single file folder, and in theory, they should
Should be
all
able to
be
find.
in the right place.
Yeah, yeah. I get why everybody does it.
Because some people do the other, and sometimes then you've got trying to find something
It
is
takes
just
forever.
impossible.
It,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've had from some people that it's like S1, S2, S3. Oh my god,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
can be a pain if you've got.
As soon as it's not, or as soon as you've left it for a couple of months and you're trying to find it again, it's like, well, what is
Never
it?
find it.
What am I actually looking for here?
It's like I don't know if everybody else is the same, but when I get a model, is generally of a thing. So say a windmill or a house or
Mm.
a castle. So when you're searching, you generally put house. Well, if
Yeah.
that guy's put them as S1, you ain't ever going to find a house under S1.
No, exactly. So you need to have something on the file name which says what it is, or at
Yeah,
least something which allows you to get a reference for what it might be, you know.
exactly that. Exactly that. So
So
yeah, I get it, and it's just a case of getting into a habit of shortening things up for when you're slicing or saving or whatever.
yeah,
Um,
because we've had people asking us before and say making the point of like, oh yeah, you go to your SD card and you know once
yeah,
you put it in the machine and it's all like DT proxygenatus fabricatum proxygenatus
yeah,
fabricatum, you can't see what's on the end, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't work for that. But
no,
in 6 months' time, when you're looking for the proxygenatus
you'll be great.
fabricatum, you'll thank us for it.
Yeah, you'll go. Oh, actually, yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
peeps.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, so that was a good tickle with the pyramid. I was excessively smiley and happy when I found that, and
Mm.
I still am kind of fuzzy inside about that because that is the best feature I've had this year.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that
would definitely like to see more printers doing that as standard.
well, the thing now is that any printer running a Rubin board that has a TFT screen, you can definitely do it.
Did you say Big Tree Tech?
Big Tree Tech run a TFT screen. Um,
No, they don't. They have a TFT
that have
screen.
a TFT screen. They do
They,
run a
they,
TFT screen on their new one, actually. So
oh, do they? Oh, do
yeah,
they? Well, that's good. That's nice of them, isn't it?
yeah,
Because I,
you
I
know,
have two Big Tree Tech boards with the Big Tree Tech TFT screen, and they don't really talk.
see, mine on my
Like
engine
you can
does,
you can press the TFT
but
and
it
you'll
doesn't do
get
anything.
information. So if you press the buttons on the TFT, it will speak to the board. But
Yeah,
like effectively, they don't like each other.
no, no, they don't. They don't marry up well because, like, if you try and cross over into Marlin's screen from the TFT, it you doesn't.
No,
Yeah,
no, it works with Marlin because Marlin is based
yeah,
on the board.
but start a print on TFT,
Yeah.
and while it's printing, change to Marlin.
Oh no 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 oh no no
It
no
doesn't
no
like that.
no no
It really does
no
not like
no
that. It's
don't do
like,
that.
"Mm, mm,
No
mm,
no no
mm."
no don't do that.
but
No.
but yeah. So with the TFT screen, theoretically you could do it.
Hmm.
Theoretically, if I had my ender here instead of putting it away, I could have tried this, but I've now put it away.
Is
So
this a Simon hacks? Is it?
no, this is nothing to do with Simon. Actually, this is an adventure I've gone on since I got the fokoos.
Ah.
Um, I got the fokoos, and I was like, "Hell, this is cool. I really do like this. This is
Hmm.
mad." When the pyramid turned up, um, you fire it up, and it comes up to auto, and then the screen is identical to the fokoos,
No, I
but
meant
it
on
has
the Big Tree Tech on your ender.
oh the big tree tech. Um, it's away. I've put it away, so I can't actually test that at the minute. Um, I had discussed it briefly with Simon, and we think it is possible to do it, but he hasn't got one. Mine's in storage, so
Right.
at the
Yeah. Fair
minute
play.
we're like, well, if things settle down, it's something I will reventure
Yep.
definitely. Because I can't see why it's not doable. I think it well, it definitely is doable. It's just how we've got to work around it because the worst case scenario, you can run your chip in the side of the screen on the big tree text, so you can
Yep.
run the big SD in, so you could potentially run a TFT file straight to the screen anyway.
Nice.
So yeah, it is doable. It's just a case of how much needs to be played with.
In order to make it happen.
Yeah, yeah. I think it should be quite simple. Should be. But like I say, that's one I will venture if we do get the space and the time to play. I
Nice.
will definitely have a look at that. On the fokoos note, anybody in Europe at the minute, you've got about 4 or 5 hours left. So Italy, France, Germany, all the European Amazon countries. Fokoos has got a massive sale on at the minute, and you're looking at around 200 quid to get one.
Nice.
Jump on
That
it before
works.
that changes. You've got a few hours left. That's
200
well.
quid for a fokoos.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's not bad.
that's
That is
damn
not
good.
bad at all.
When I
I
spoke to
think,
Dora,
unfortunately, Theo is still waiting for his replacement part on that. Um,
so what's he after now? A board,
huh?
a board, is it?
I have no idea. It's
Yeah,
it's
I,
the
I,
it's
I
one of the
think what
breakout boards, isn't it, for the ribbon
Yeah, I
cable?
think what happened, he pulled the cable by the sound of it, and the
He's from Norfolk. He's got three thumbs. It's fine. You know, these
yeah,
things happen.
I
Um,
think by the sound the actual housing for it come off the board.
yeah. It's just now it's starting to get a little bit infuriating because obviously the parts coming from China, so it's
Yeah,
on the slow boat from China, unfortunately.
shouldn't be too far off because I've just received some parts from Fuku's today myself, and
Mm.
they only got sent out 2 weeks ago. So
I might have to
I'll
get him to chase Dora up then.
I'll give Dora a message tomorrow. I'll get
Okay.
I speak to Dora most days anyway, so
Oh,
um
really?
yeah, oh
Okay.
yeah. She's still we're still very much in contact, and there's lots of new goodies coming from Fuku's very soon too.
Nice.
Lots of very
Oh,
nice
oh,
goodies.
okay.
Yeah. Well, I can say on Europe we will be receiving their PLA Plus and other filaments from Fuku's very soon. They are literally in transit to the Amazon stores at the moment.
Hmm.
Um, then we could be looking at a machine coming from Fuku's next.
Is this a brand new hush hush off the line machine, or is
Yeah,
this something that the world knows about?
I can't go too much into detail on it, but
Mm.
that is the next thing we will be looking at from Fuku's.
Okay. Bigger, smaller, bigger or smaller?
One might be a bit bigger and one might be a bit smaller. That's all I can say.
Yeah, no,
Can't
that's
go
fair
into
enough.
it. I
That's all
can't.
I need.
I
That's
can't go
fair
into
enough.
it.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. So
Nice. I look forward to seeing what their next offering
yeah,
is.
I think the next step might open some eyes, and I think it might ruffle some feathers in the industry a little bit.
Right.
But that's
Okay.
all I'm
Nice.
saying. So, well, if the
Nice.
Odin's anything to go by, the Odin actually rated, I think, sixth best 3D printer from a newcomer in the world.
Mm.
So that's very high standards to work from, isn't it? So
Well, Dora, what I can say to you, if you're watching, when you are watching, is that if you have a machine or are getting a machine or doing a machine that can do the same or greater build volume as the Ender 5 Plus, I
yeah,
will quite happily test that to hell and back, and it will be right there running
Tom,
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all of the time.
there we go. Gauntlet laid.
Like, because
So yeah,
I run I run that thing ragged.
yeah, yeah. It's got to be run ragged, or
Oh yeah,
you know,
oh yeah,
not interested.
Yeah. That thing will get a thorough workout.
Oh yeah. Oh, you'll get paste.
Yep.
Definitely get paste.
And if you can do that, that will allow me to do a video where I take the Ender 5 Plus out into the garden and we have a little chat with Mr. Hammer. And that will be fun. They'll enjoy that. I'll perform
Easy.
some percussive maintenance on it.
Oh. Yeah. That you've heard it here. Dora, you know what you got to do? You got to make a big machine that Neil can have, so he can
Yeah,
beat an
make
ender.
me a big machine. I
So
like them big.
Neil can beat an ender up.
Yep, I want to beat an Ender 5 Plus up.
So yeah, on that, moving swiftly on away from beating machines up.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had filament fun this week. I've had lots of filament fun.
Nice.
It's been interesting. I had a company called Accurate. Give me a shout.
Okay.
Accurate.
Jesus.
Yeah,
What? Do these
I
guys just literally bang their head on a keyboard or something to name stuff now?
It's interesting. I'm not sure what it's meant to be, but
I
it's
mean,
interesting.
like,
Uh,
I mean, there's been some
Accurate.
sensible names. Like, I mean,
Accurate. Maybe it's Scottish. Accurate.
Accurate.
I don't know. But they contacted me. I'm actually currently working with them on one of their roles. They sent me a PLA and a PET-G.
Yeah.
Now, for PLA, always use PLA. What a bonus. First look, you think, yeah, lovely, awesome, and then you touch it, and it's horrible.
Ow.
It's
I don't like
real.
that. That doesn't
It,
sound good.
you hear that?
No.
It's like sandpaper.
Oh, okay.
It's it feels brittle. It's very dry. It's very yeah. It's not nice.
Oh. Are you finding it snaps as well?
No,
It's not like spaghetti.
no. It's very weird. I've never come across anyone like this. It feels gritty almost
Right.
and dry. Um, Printing bed adhesion isn't amazing.
Yeah.
It isn't very good for PLA at all. But the actual print finish isn't bad. It's actually like, oh, okay, this is quite nice. But
Okay.
I contacted them. I thought, yeah, I'm going to have a word about this because this isn't very good whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, your PLA is PLA, but it feels horrid and it doesn't look great and it doesn't stick to beds. And they said, yes. Was my reply. So anyway, we went into depth and I said, look, it's definitely like you're missing something out of your formula to create your PLA, and I would say it's something along the lines of natural oil.
Right.
The response was, yes, but it looks okay when printed. As you
Right.
can see from your picture. So we
Well,
went into a bit of conversation, and yeah, basically what happened is they missed a key ingredient on their PLA formula on the final run,
oh yay.
and they sent it. Brilliant.
Don't
Um,
do that.
no, so I
Just
am
don't do
working
that.
with. I felt kind of sorry for them in the end because it felt like I was teaching them to suck eggs. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you're the producer, not me. And
Yeah.
um, so I am working with them, and I'm sort of troubleshooting the issues that I had with them. And they are implementing
Changes.
if those changes to create no issues. So yeah,
Right.
so far so good.
Yep.
So I thought, okay, then here we go. Let's try the Pet G because the PLA's so good. The Pet G is going to be wonderful.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
What could be right with it is what I was actually thinking.
So are they going to be sending you another roll of PLA to test? Are they?
Not sure what's happening there yet. We're still working on that.
Right.
But I ran the Pet G. I thought, nah, we'll go ahead and run the Pet G and see what it's like. Oh my God. How can you get one so wrong and then one so right? The Pet G, oh my God. It's awesome.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if somebody's looking for Pet G, knock them up. Honestly, give them a shout. Hit up Lisa over at Cleat
A
and say I
a
want some Pet
creek
G
a
at
a
Cleat.
a creek.
um,
Jeez.
yeah, basically, it's damn good.
Okay.
It's like literally
I- Is that a wham bam?
no,
Did you treat yourself to a wham bam plate?
no. I treated myself to a 2-3 plate instead.
Oh, okay.
But only because I wanted one. Yeah, I mean that is how good it is. It is, yeah, insanely good
Yeah.
for I don't often print in PetG. I'm not overly fussed by it, and there's no real need for me to.
Yeah.
So I do bits in it, like when I get a new printer, I will do a fan duct. Um, Other than that, I don't do huge amounts with it.
Yeah.
Um, so I just sort of went for a bit of a wing with this one. I just slapped it to 235 with a bed heat of 70. Click go. Didn't change any of my retractions or any heat settings, anything else. And yeah, it worked straight out the gate.
Nice.
So
That's
yeah,
good to
really
know.
impressed with that. It's actually, yeah, really nice stuff. Um, if I had to buy PetG again, I would probably consider from these guys
So
actually.
what are the uses the Pet G has? What do you
It's
use Pet G for?
the best of both ABS and PLA without the shrinkage defects that you get from ABS.
Right.
ABS tends to want to warp and shrink and
Warp
do
like
weird
crazy.
things. Well, basically with PetG, you don't get the warp issue.
Mm.
Um, so benefits from it, it's higher heat resistant, so ideal for things like fan ducts and cooling parts around your hot ends because it
Yeah.
can take that extra heat and it's
Yeah.
not going to bend and fold, and it's actually a bit stronger.
Okay.
So you get the printability like PLA. It
Yeah.
does print so easy. Um,
Okay. Just sort of
but you
squeezes it out. Happy days.
Yeah, pushes it on the bed and off it'll trundle and leave it and then come back to it and oh yeah, you've printed something. Pretty cool. Um, but you are getting that benefit of heat resistance and extra strength.
Yes. See,
So
the
yeah,
actual thing is, right, if you look at the technical specifications of PLA and ABS, for mechanical properties, um, it PLA seems to come out stronger than
Yeah,
ABS, but the
yeah,
only problem is that low melting point.
yeah. The problem is if you had your PLA and you had it on or in a place that's high heat or a lot of
Well,
UV
not even high heat, to be
or
fair.
a
Direct
relatively
sunlight,
warm, yeah,
direct
it,
sunlight is an issue.
killer, killer for
Yeah.
PLA. Whereas ABS can take a higher heat temperature. Um, it is generally more resilient to UV.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
certainly. I mean, like ABS is a much more long-lasting plastic.
yeah,
It's solid. It doesn't degrade. It doesn't. It takes a lot to cause it to bend. I mean, look at Lego, right? After the
literally,
apocalypse, right? This is the thing,
Lego is
right?
still
You see
good.
all these post-apocalyptic models, right? These guys aren't living in shacks. They're living in Lego houses.
Yeah, yeah, that'll still be going, mate. Definite.
It's just
Lego
like
is
there'll
just
be
like
so much Lego everywhere.
the thing is.
After the apocalypse, we can all live in Lego houses.
The thing is, Lego is the king of toys, really, isn't it? Let's be honest. Of kids' toys, growing up, who didn't have it?
I wonder how many billion tons of Lego
Oh,
there are in the
mate,
world.
you could probably almost cover the world. I reckon you could probably cover,
Like brick by brick next to each
yeah,
other.
just laying them out. I reckon
Yeah, yeah.
in a line. I reckon you could go around the world with it. Definite, definite. If you, we watched Brickmasters the other night, just for something to watch actually, and they've got a room where the contestants go and get what bricks they need. This room is just floor to ceiling, mate, of bricks,
Yeah.
drawers with bricks. And I was just thinking that alone, you could probably build a house.
Yeah, yeah. No, exactly. Like I say, I've thought that would be a thing for a very long time.
Mm,
More post-apocalyptic scenes
Lego,
need to have giant Lego houses.
like T-Rex Lego, and
Well, yeah, or anything. Just like a full-on Lego dwelling. Like it's going to be a
yeah,
thing.
that yeah.
Who
So
who wants to live in a tin shack when you can live in a pristine, like
Lego,
multicolored Lego domicile?
well, you could almost have like literally, you could have a skyscraper, man, out of Lego or a tin hut.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, I'd
I
rather have Lego, fantastic Lego skyscraper that you can change shape every day.
The only problem with the skyscraper that changes shape, the toilet doesn't actually work, people. Don't forget that.
Of course it
It's
does.
just made out of Lego. It doesn't
No, it's
flush.
just it's a shelf with a it's a shelf, and then there's a scoop that goes out the back, and then it just goes down the back, and you
Yeah,
just don't go out the back.
you just never go out the back. The
Don't go out
back
the
of the
back.
house
That's the
always
bad idea.
smells a little bit weird. It's all right. Don't worry about
It's fine. It's plastic. It cleans.
it. It's all right. Just get the
It's
hose out.
plastic. It cleans really easily.
Just get the hose pipe. It's fine. So yeah, accurate. If they're all right on PetG.
So Pet G good, PLA
Might
meh.
be good coming on. I mean, the
Like
finish,
we'll have
the
to
finish.
see if they send us some more
I
what
will
it's
show
like.
you in a minute the finish in a minute. That'll coincide with something else that I want to show you in a little bit. Um, the finish itself is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
It isn't bad at all. It's just not sensory preferable.
yeah,
It's a bit rough to the touch.
right.
To look at, fine, fine. So yeah,
Okay.
um, basically, I'm we're in talks at the minute. We may have another one of their products maybe on our next live. They should be sending a product to Theo,
Hmm.
um, which could be interesting.
No.
Yeah, well, we'll leave that for the next show because if it doesn't get to Theo, then I don't want to, build anybody's hopes. But
Yeah.
yeah, so far they're 50-50 at the minute. The PLA's a bit. Petchi's wonderful. If they can pull the PLA up, yeah, well worth it. That'll be another company to keep in mind when you're searching for filament. If that PLA just picks up that little bit.
Just remember to keep banging those C's.
Yeah, when you type into them, you've got to have at least 30 C's in your conversation.
A C C C C C C C C C C C C C C re-8.
Yeah, I'm a little confused with the name.
Can we start getting some sensible names, please?
Yeah. Well, Fokoos. I thought the same with Fokoos. I did think, what the hell are they calling that?
No. Well, it's fokoos, isn't it?
Yeah, out
Focus, as in like
China,
focus, I
it's
suppose.
actually focus,
Yeah,
as in focusing on
yeah,
something.
yeah.
It just
And
sounds weird.
create reality.
Create reality.
You know.
Artillery. I can get on board with that. It's a barrage.
Yeah, and they're based in the USA, aren't they? Makes sense.
Well, they're main customs in the USA, although they are based in China.
Right. Okay.
Their
Yeah,
main.
yeah. No, but artillery is a
Yeah.
recognizable word.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. People know what it
It's
is.
it's a word. It's an actual word. It's
Pyramid. I was actually happy with the pyramid because it's got that whole triangle
no,
in
but
front.
that's not the company name, is it? The
No,
company's TOAUTO,
it's not
which
actually. TOAUTO is a reseller,
yeah.
believe it or not.
Oh,
Um,
right, okay.
the actual name of it I looked up and I've totally forgotten what it was. Damn. I did find it the other day, and it's not too preposterous, but it's still somebody that I've never heard of.
Mm.
So yeah, yeah. So some real filament company names would be good
Yeah,
because
because
some of
you've
them are
got
getting a bit bizarre.
yeah. I mean, what have
I'm
we
running out
had?
of letters on the keyboard.
You really are. I mean, it's cheating at Scrabble. Like at this point, it's
Yeah,
you know,
somebody had all the C's. Come on.
yeah. You got Iono,
Eolo,
Bidi Budi, a Yabi
EYO.
Dooby.
You got, yeah. There's loads. I mean,
It's
Sunlu. I suppose that.
Sunlu. Yeah, but those are like the OG companies. You can
Yeah,
sort of
the original.
understand that, but then
Yeah,
you've got all these the
new
OG companies were kind of like as China was sort of doing business with the West, they're
people are
sort of
coming out.
bringing in these new products. You take what you can get. But now
Exactly.
you've got the new companies that are starting up, like Sunlu. It's short, it's sharp, it's easy to remember. Fair play,
Eastern,
right?
Eastern, Sunlu, all pretty easy off the tongue, but they're actually recognizable names.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got stuff which is like 12 characters long and none of them actually make a word. And you're like, right?
Yeah, it
And
is. It is.
somewhere in there is 3D. How are you ever meant to find these companies? You know what I mean? It's like if you're trying to Google them,
Yeah, I think the
how are you
best
meant to
way
find
to do
them?
it is just like create a name, search
Yeah,
it, and if you hit lucky, they're one to look at.
yeah.
Uh,
Hopefully we'll get some real names from companies.
Hopefully,
That would be
yeah,
good.
some of the normal names will start cropping off,
There's something that is a word,
like
real
Mike.
words. Can we have some real
Mike
words?
3D. um. So yeah, other news you've got Sunlu Ju, because Sunlu and Ju are sister companies.
Yep.
They've got a whole lot of big things, giveaways and competitions going on at the minute.
Hmm.
So they're on the launch of their new filament dryer, which looks awesome.
Nice.
It's got like a screen on. the side,
You're gonna have
literally
to make
around
a new
everything.
bed for that bracket.
Yeah, this oh mate, one of those looks really good because it tells you how much moisture and everything. It's got all of it on the
Oh
screen,
wow, okay,
so it's all touchscreen. To turn it on, you just literally touch the screen and it all comes on. Um,
nice.
so yeah, I would pop over to the official Sunlu and JU Facebook group and drop a like and a join. And there's loads of things going on there,
Okay.
wind filaments and all sorts. So definitely one worth looking at the minute.
Yeah, I've
Um,
noticed there's a lot of competitions happening in under the hot end at the moment.
God,
Your
there's
group
loads.
is buzzing with
It,
competitions. Like
it's
want
mad.
if you want to like, share, and comment stuff, you've got to go to under the hot end because there's loads and loads of raffles going on.
I mean, we've just finished our first filament giveaway competition, which it's been fun and interesting actually, and it was all based around the Sunlu Ju drier, so that was
Yeah,
quite good fun. And basically, we asked what people were hoping to see in this dryer and what they would expect from it. And yeah, some of the answers were quite good, but I think some were a bit too advanced for where we are.
yeah,
you know, um, but yeah, it was good. It was interesting to see other people's opinions on it, which was nice. But we have got other things lined up coming up pretty soon, and it's there's going to be some STLs floating around on my group for the first 50 people to grab that STL can have it. That's
yeah.
coming up pretty soon. Um, and yeah, well, I'm getting hit up by suppliers pretty much every day with new competitions or reduced prices or discounts. And yeah, I'm just trying to push it all out to everybody in my group and
Yep.
let everybody enjoy what's out there. So yeah, all good.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've got the fokoos is running right now, like I was saying, and that's actually printing one of yours.
One of
That's
ours.
part from one
One
of
of
yours. Not
ours.
not one of yours, just a part.
Hang on. What? But you've been
Yeah,
printing other people's files.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
I felt a bit too traitorous, so I thought I'd better go back to the light side. So yeah, I'm actually printing a lot of your current Kickstarter files.
Our
Um,
current Kickstarter.
oh,
Would
your
that
current,
be the wreckage of the crashed Star
you see,
Freighter? Can't even
that
say it. Would it
that
be
could
this
be the
one?
one.
Would it be
The
this one by any chance?
I know.
That was loud.
Yeah, that's the one.
That one.
That one.
We've actually we've unlocked all the main sections now. We've just got the dice tower to go.
Oh,
The expedition through the wastelands to scour for all these parts has managed to make it through all of the major pieces. And we've just got the dice tower to go, which was that 100 and it'll be £163 to go, and then the dice tower will be there. That'll be the entire set unlocked at that point, and we're into the unknown. There'll be 10 days
oh,
left, and every £500 we get above that, we're going to throw in a community stretch goal.
oh.
So
Interest.
we've had a few suggestions. We're gonna have a couple of votes
Oh,
and see what comes out. But people are suggesting the one that seems to be coming up as most likely is a wrecked bridge section. So
erect package. Okay,
bridge
okay.
section, yeah. So like the command deck, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
could be
So
cool.
that looks like that'll be the first one to be
That
done.
could be cool. I
Um,
mean, to be honest, I've printed. I've been on it. actually. I've got 2 sections done already, 2 main sections complete.
Nice.
Um, the fokoos is actually printing the top floor on one of the sections, and then that's the second one 100% complete. So
Yep.
I'm actually finding they're printing awesome.
Yeah.
They're really, really
Well, I
nice.
mean, the reality is there's not I mean, they're big, and so
Yeah,
there's a lot to them, but there's not a
yeah.
lot to them. It's like
No,
all
I
of the
mean
walls are pretty thin,
the
and
biggest,
most of
I
it
suppose,
prints flat on the print bed.
the biggest part is on the main walls. You've got a long bridge section.
Yep.
Other than that, it's pretty much a case of just angle, isn't it? It sort of
Yep.
comes round an arc,
Yep.
but it's
Yeah.
fairly
Yeah.
straightforward. Um, Now they're not the quickest print.
No.
They're not
No.
the
No.
quickest print.
They're
Not
not.
gonna
They're
lie.
not. To be
But
fair,
then when
to be fair, right? Most of my designs aren't.
no, yeah,
Because
Neo is a
I
nightmare for
try and
moving along
do
print.
large buildings, but then I try and do them with thin walls and hollow and all of that sort of thing. And unfortunately, it just seems that where you're saving on filament, it costs you time.
Yeah. I mean, I say they're not short prints. For the size of them, they're not horrific. They're
Hmm.
not horrific. I
But
done all of the
it's like a day and a bit for a body section, isn't it?
yeah. Well, I ran mine slow because I was a donut and put them on the wrong slicer settings and didn't even look, and it ended up like 2.5 days.
Whoopsie,
Oops, mistake.
whoopsie. I think
Um,
actually the dice tower is is nearly a 2 day print.
which isn't too bad. I don't feel 2 days is a bad print
Hmm.
time for something big.
I
It's
don't have my test prints here because we took them down to Aardvarks and Dragons at the weekend. Um,
yeah, I seen that. That looked quite cool.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah,
yeah, that looked like a fun day. That did look like a fun day out.
yeah. Did you see
Um,
the AR dragon sign?
I did. I was like, that is quite cool. I do
Mm,
quite like that. So yeah, I have what I have done so far is so that's the first main section there, which is the free tier.
nice.
Um, which
And
yeah,
we've actually sent you the correct second floor,
yeah, which I've
because
got to reprint because
Theo Theo managed to put out save it to the correct save it to the correct file name.
right. So yeah, that was the first main section, and the detail on it is pretty cool. It is pretty awesome.
Hmm.
I like that. So you basically print the outer casing, the outer shell, pretty much freestanding and no support, and then you print the levels like the actual each floor, if you like, individually, and they slide in interconnect. But they're cool. They've got lots of funky details going on them. So that was the second one actually, which the top floor is printing now.
Yep.
But that came out pretty sweet. I was quite happy with that. Um,
Nice.
as you can
So
notice, I
yeah, I
have
was trying to give lots of places for people to hide and then still be able to shoot out and stuff. Like because
well,
we were looking at some of the regulations for Warhammer 40K tournament scenery.
yeah, yeah.
And
It's got like
we were gonna do like wrecked buildings. Um, and then I thought that's boring.
yeah,
So we did this, and I started playing with some shapes. And what came out of it was the the spine of a ship. So
Nice. No,
yeah,
I'm actually loving it because I've got quite a few ideas that I can do with this that will be
nice,
quite cool.
nice.
So
That's
yeah,
good to know. That's good to know.
I've got some. I've got a paint scheme already, sort of churning away in my head, which is worrying because when I get a paint scheme this early on,
Nice.
it's usually a
And
lot of work.
Theo has done a painting guide for it as well.
Yeah, I see now. I
Yep,
actually watched that yesterday. It
yep.
made me laugh lots.
It's one of these things that allows you to know that we can all paint well.
Yeah, yeah,
Anybody can paint well.
really well with minimum effort.
Yeah, the question is can you paint good? That's the thing. But we can all paint
Yeah,
well, and that's important, you know. People forget that
yeah,
we can all paint well.
I, it did. It made me laugh on some of it. I mean, to be fair, and fairness to Theo, it came out quite nice
Mm,
for the way you went about it. It did look quite smart,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because
and it's taken.
we can all paint well.
Yeah,
It's all about how you make it look, you know.
yeah, exactly that.
I mean, there's always ways that you can take it to the next level, and there's
Oh yeah,
always ways that you
indeed.
can do stuff better, but we can all
Yeah. I
paint
mean,
well.
what I what did cross my mind with this set is you could almost tie it in with like an entrance into your lost biolabs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you could have this on your table, so it's the run up to the lost biolabs, and then you've got like an opening into the biolabs. So I
Ha
thought that could
ha,
be quite funky.
ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. There might be something on the cards. Um,
Oh,
not for that, but
yeah.
for something very similar.
Right,
Um,
cool.
that
See, great.
is
You got
more themed around the Lost Biolabs.
Oh, I'm all in. You know that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
always
yeah,
all
yeah,
in. Where those
yeah.
lost
It's
biolabs. Yeah.
I mean, basically bioship version of that.
Yeah, I'm all over that.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
for
I
that.
thought you would be. I thought you would be.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, it's my all-time favourite set. If nobody knows it, go and have a look at
yeah.
Digital Taxidermy's website,
I
and
mean,
you will find a lot.
you know the crusty corridors.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
Imagine
going to be
that.
lots of trucks.
Well, basically the bioship, one of
Yeah,
those
mate.
crusty corridor sections that big,
Nice,
but then with
nice.
like bone and flesh everywhere instead of
No,
metal and
I'm loving it.
steel.
I'm all over that
Yeah, yeah,
already.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm feeling
So that might well be on the cards. We've
yeah, I'm
just
feeling
got to
that.
work out doing it and making it printable.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm definitely in for something along those lines.
Yeah,
Definite.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that
definitely.
there might
I mean,
well be an alternate version somewhere.
I've got something else in mind for this as well. So uh, m- the color scheme's pretty much laid out in my head now on how this is going to go, and I've got lots of plans with additional flocks and things.
Yep.
So I must actually get on the Intermuck web and buy some coconut fiber, to be honest. So that's on the list next.
Yep. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
interested to see where this goes.
yeah, it's going to be a bit, yeah.
Your ideas intrigue me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Yeah, well, I've got a feeling I'm going to do a bit of jungle wreckage in there. So you've got like vines coming down the side
Hmm.
off the struts, and
Oh,
yeah, some
nice.
fluff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm feeling at the minute. And
It's
then
kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame that your standard home printer is kind of limited to 200 by 200. Um,
yeah,
because
yeah,
like I could have made those sections longer and bigger and everything.
yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
there could have
I
been a
did.
lot more.
when I looked at the files you sent, I was like, right, I could mirror that one, and I could mirror that one, and I could join that there and there, and this could end up really long, but it would be so nice if it was one piece. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
It's like
absolutely. I mean, to be
this is the
fair,
sort of
when I designed it, it was all kind of like they were spaced by about an inch
milk. Yeah,
each, and
yeah, yeah.
it was designed along there.
I mean, for me, this is if you could get a print mill to work on these sort of heights and details,
Mm.
stretch the fucker right out. It would be awesome.
You wouldn't get the
But
wall thicknesses. It wouldn't
no,
handle the wall
it's
thicknesses
not
because it'd
quite
just
there.
be it'd all be retractions.
Yeah, yeah, it's
It'd
just
just
not
all
quite
be
there.
retractions. It would be ridiculous.
So somebody out there design a print mill that will print
Just
retractions and detail
just make the standard printer for everybody 500 by 500 by 500.
or bigger.
Yeah.
or bigger.
Just tell everybody that they have to scrap their normal printers and everybody
But we
gets a
will
500
replace
by
it with
500 by 500.
yeah, yeah. So somebody wants to go and do that,
Yep.
we're laughing.
Go on, Bezos.
We're absolutely laughing. So
Go
yeah,
on, Bezos. You could do that today, Bezos. Just imagine what you could do for mankind if you did that. Everybody who has a 3D printer instead gets a giant 3D printer.
yeah. Anybody who's got a 3D printer, we're going to swap you out and give you a giant 3D printer instead.
Careful. No, Bezos. Bezos will swap
Bezos
you
will,
out.
not me.
Not we. No, no, we
Not
can't do
not
that.
we, not we. Bezos
Yeah.
will.
Bezos.
So
Bezos will do that. Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
watching and who wants a bigger 3D printer for replacement of ours, hit up Bezos,
Yeah,
and
just hit up
he will.
Bezos. And then when everybody's got one, we'll design giant spaceships.
Yeah, as in giant
Like
spaceships.
really, really big.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I kind of
Like
want to go and hit him up now, so I might have to come off the live.
yeah, yeah, it's totally worth it. I mean, he's got a spaceship already.
Yeah,
So
he can he could probably sell one panel and supply everybody with one for the price of
we
one.
were thinking about potentially doing a ship that was kind of like Bezos's with a
Well, yeah,
couple of little detachable rovers at the bottom as well.
that would be cool. That would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
quite cool. Yeah, man.
yeah. They'd be like this at the bottom, and then
Yeah,
they,
just sort of like see you later.
yeah, yeah, off the
But
bottom of
you
Bezos's
could
rocket.
actually do detachable 3D printers, like make them 3D printers 500 by 500s, and it's giving them out.
How about no? How about no? We won't do that.
Oh, man,
We won't do
that'd
that.
be
We
cool.
won't do that one.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm actually quite loving these tests at the minute. I'm quite enjoying them because these are one of those tests that you can click go and do something for a day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come back and be like,
There's
"Oh,
you don't need supports. There should be nothing that gets in the way of them like coming
yeah,
off
like I
entirely.
said, the
There's
hardest
no
part for them is really the bridging over here, which really isn't nothing.
no. And
I mean, yeah,
to be fair, like that bridging, it's not imperative. It doesn't matter if it bows. The reason that
no,
that is there is so that the floor slots in, and that's it. So it
yeah.
doesn't.
I mean,
It's not on show, and it doesn't
well, here
matter
we
if
go,
it bows
people.
or anything.
That was printed on the stock air duct part cooling duct from that the pyramid came with.
Mhm,
Now it's basic. That is the worst fan duct
mhm,
ever. It's just a generic printed fan duct,
mhm,
and it's pulling it off.
mhm.
So if you've got something like I don't know,
Your bridging doesn't have to be on point.
nah,
Basically, it's not going to ruin the look of it
it won't ruin
to
the aesthetic.
bridge that much space.
If you've got a bit of curling on the base, I don't think you're really gonna
No.
be that offended by it.
It's a frayed wire.
Yeah.
It's a loose
Or
cable.
to be honest,
Or you just cut it off.
if you got one of these curl up on the
Oh
floor,
right, yeah, no, it
it's
doesn't
gonna
matter.
look bad. It's gonna look fine. It
Yeah, it
looks
doesn't
like the
matter.
spaceship's hit the floor and it's bent.
Yeah, it's wrecked.
It's not gonna hurt.
It's wrecked, you know. In fact,
Yeah,
it would be better because it's kind of annoying that it has to be so flat, you know.
yeah. I mean, the other option is people when you've actually printed your floors, get a lighter, warm it up, and bend
Yeah,
them up a little bit. Just
yeah,
fray
yeah.
those edges and hack into them because it's actually gonna benefit.
Oh, hang on. Oh,
Oh,
geez.
oh,
Hang on.
oh.
Whoa, what's happening? Oh, Carl's here.
We got a Karl in the house.
Hello, Carl.
Can you hear me?
Oh, geez. Yeah, hang on.
Yo, yo, yo.
Live sound checking. This is pro. Okay, go.
This is new.
Give me a minute. I'll just jump in the shed. Oh,
Okay.
He's going to jump in the shed.
oh.
Yeah,
Somehow.
so basically, for anybody who's thinking about getting this, if your machine is not dialed in 100%, don't panic.
Really, it really doesn't matter.
This will still knock it out the park.
It
It's that
is.
easy to print.
It is a really basic print. Yeah.
It isn't the quickest in the world. You're not going to
No.
do the whole lot overnight. It will take you time. But
Yeah.
at the end of it, you're going to get a tabletop that is impressive. I mean,
Mm.
if you print all these parts, you could more or less fill a table with this stuff.
It's like the Fabricatum. Like those prints weren't really challenging for printers.
No,
You know.
I mean there was a couple that had the roofs, wasn't it? Some of the roofs were a bit long bridging, but it
Yeah, but they were designed with enough on the bridging that it doesn't matter.
exactly, yeah.
So
Exactly. You could have tagging underneath. It would
yeah,
still
I define those as sacrificial bridging.
yeah.
And what they're there for is so that you don't have to use supports.
Exactly.
I mean, you think about it like you're building a house, right? You have a girder that supports the roof, so you put the girder in, and then you put support beams across the girder, and then you go the other way as well. And what that means is that you save all that extra material. And for the most part, when in places where I'm putting those in, you're never going to see it. And that's so it doesn't actually matter. You know, it doesn't have to be tight. It just has to be there because it gives it what it needs to build up on.
Yeah. No, I mean the last Kickstarter, I really enjoyed printing them, to be honest, because 90% of that I had no issue sticking it on and walking away from.
Have you seen the pictures that Ms. Daggett has been doing? Amy Daggett?
Yeah.
On the
the
taxidermist group.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few. She done the walled yard, was it?
She's been doing quite a few. Hang on, I'll just bring it up. So here we go. So if we just scroll, she just done the share and enjoy gun tower from Dystopian Futures in a lovely camo for a compound.
Nice.
She's done the pipes and girders set.
Yeah, that's a funky set to do.
Which again has come out really nice.
Yeah, she's definitely doing quite well, actually.
The compound. It's not on the stream.
No,
There we go. That's why. Yeah, we've got the compound.
Nice.
We've got the
Yeah, I've seen the
pipes
you've seen the
pipes and girders.
Yeah, she's
The
pulling out some nice stuff, isn't
She really is, yeah. She said that we
Great
can
job.
use the images on our website as well, so I'm going to hook her up with some more STLs and stuff. Say
That's come out
thanks.
really nice.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So you can see some of her work now featured on our website on the product listings. So you've got the hanger with the slidey open roof,
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
which again has come out fantastic. Cash for organs,
Kept it clean,
just
innit?
I mean that's amazing. That's
Kept it
come
clean.
out really good. And then she done like little posters on the inside
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah. Good job.
And there's yeah, the power station from the Fabricatum power plant substation.
No, that's the one I done. Yeah,
And
yeah, it's
Future
cool.
House.
Yeah, I done that one. That's a really nice print. That
Yeah,
I enjoyed
yeah,
that print.
yeah. That was one of my early designs. That one. That was all
Yeah,
from Dystopian Futures. But yeah, so
that's
check
cool.
out what's coming out on the taxidermists at the moment. Like, there's some good stuff coming out from the pool of fans.
The pool of fans, and she's definitely doing a good job there. Yeah, she's keeping them nice and clean, which is nice to see. Because when you end up starting to do a lot of those buildings, you tend to want to go all grungy and
Mm,
like weather worn.
mm.
You
Yeah, it's
get
one
the
of the things that I really like about it. It's a
yeah, you
smooth,
get an
clean
urge.
paint job.
Yeah, it's weird when you do paint like a building set like that. You get this urge just to go weather worn and beaten and looking scruffy and old. Sometimes it's more eye catching just to go the other way.
It's really
Keep it
hard
clean.
to do on large surfaces. It's
Yeah,
really easy to do on minis, but really
yeah,
hard to do on large surfaces properly.
yeah. I mean, I I I love weathering the crap out of buildings and stone and things like that. I like getting different colors and texture feels in my like
Mm,
buildings, especially. Um, Keeping them clean is a whole different art form.
really is.
To keep a nice, crisp, clean finish, um, to, I can get quite messy. When I paint, I generally get tired, but I push through it and then wait back up. If I'm doing something that's clean, that generally means I've got to layer and keep going back over and keep going back over and cleaning my own work back up.
Mm.
Um, so I end up doing probably twice the amount of work as normal people. It's just,
That's often how it works.
yeah, I'm like,
Anywho, people must be wondering who this orange Discord face is that's joined us. This is Karl Fenton, who is been streaming lately on YouTube. Started up his own YouTube channel, which in past weeks we have mentioned some of his works and linked to his videos. Hi, Karl.
Good evening. You hear me all right?
Yep,
yo,
yep, we're all good.
Carl is actually part of my mod team on Under the Hot End as well. He does a lot behind the scenes to keep Under the Hot End flowing and getting all the goodies and deals and all sorts. So cheers for that, Carl. Doing
It's
an
all right.
awesome job, mate.
Yeah. It helps when you don't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
sleep is for the weak.
Yeah.
exactly. We live under the motto of we'll sleep longer when we're dead.
Yep. I'm sticking to that. Well,
Yes. Yes,
So yeah,
maybe.
Carl, you've been busy at the moment this week as well, printing away, aren't you?
yeah. But, yeah. I'm having a bit of a challenge with my CR10 Smart or not so smart.
Oh, they're not so smart.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
what's it doing?
it's like a problem child. It just doesn't listen when you want it to do something.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
It's sounding a bit like the Ender series in this live stream is from the same family.
It's
Yes.
I've had some really good quality prints off it lately since I installed the firmware, the beta they released, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't like to be level for big prints. It's just
See,
it come close today to getting picked up and launched if I was able
see,
to.
I had a funny one with the pyramid, where I couldn't quite get it to be level everywhere on the bed. It was being really funny. So it worked out on the Dual Z, one had sagged about 2 mil lower than the other.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I had finally cranked up the Z rod on the coupling, it had already dropped a couple of mil, and I cranked it. So basically, when I re-raised even both sides out, since then it's running awesome.
Well, I had me. I've gone back to the glass bed, to do the Kickstarter prints because I want
Right.
a nice, shiny glass bottom finish. And for some bizarre reason, it's actually got a lower, I don't know, Z axis than my PEI sheet, which it shouldn't really have. But
That's a bit weird.
yeah,
That's a bit strange. I mean, I've just swapped over, well, as Neil just seen, I've just treated the pyramid to a 2 trees PI bed.
nice.
I mean, one of the things that you will find is that the beds will change shape over time with the heating and cooling. Like with my 5+, I mounted a Dremel analog to the tool head and then ground the bed flat so I could get rid of the BL touch. And then after, several hundred cycles, it's all over the place again. You got to start shimming it and doing everything.
I mean, I did hook up with Neil while he was in the process of routering the top of the bed, and that was a noisy experience.
Yeah.
That wasn't for the faint-hearted. If anybody wishes to lose the ability to hear things, strap a Dremel to your carriage and get it to grind the metal bed down.
I have a video of it in process.
It was fair play to you, fella, because that was an ingenious move.
I think
That was fun. I mean, I had to design the bracket and everything, and make that. So that was good. It was a nice little challenge.
Yeah, well, I got 2 parts done today from your Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
Which, in all fairness, I think the roughness gives it a little bit more of a kick, makes it stand out. It's
nice,
some nice grooves and stuff.
What parts was it, Carl?
It was. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just bring up the file because I've got.
Yeah, you guys unfortunately have been our test subjects, so there's been a couple of things that have needed tweaking along the road, but it's all seems to be going good.
So it's the spaceship body second floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I had the crash spaceship floor. Come on, wakey.
You've done both the ones you've done. So you've done body 1 floor and you've done the second floor, yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to get 2 bits out, on the smart bigger build plate.
Yeah.
But I've got some more Sunlu grey coming this week, so I'm going to actually stick it on the Ender 7.
We've made those modifications, so we've taken out those brackets.
You should be half in the print time when on the Ender 7 then.
Yeah, it's I'm going to take its stabilizers off and let it loose.
Hey, oh there it is, the fucking Dremel.
I have it muted.
how to level a bed.
Yeah.
Please tell me that bracket's available to download.
Sorry.
Is that bracket able to be downloaded on any file sites?
Yeah, it's on Digital Taxidermy website, I think.
Awesome.
I think. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure it's up on free files. Yeah.
So I'm gonna get.
Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna get some of the smaller bits done on the end of 7. You know, just to get the time down.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, the footprint on it isn't huge. You could actually quite happily do that on an ender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was all test printed on an Ender 3 for us.
Yeah,
Because we want to try and make these things suitable for
generic.
everybody.
Yeah, so I've got my Ender 7's 255 to be precise. You know, because
Yeah, that'll fit.
can't be 250. You know, as advertised. But I did get a bench out the other day in 47 minutes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
impressive. That was quite good.
And it didn't fail.
No, it
That's
done all
good.
right, didn't it?
Only about 40.
Right. I would say, Carl, if you do there's main section 2.
Yep.
That'll fit on your Ender 7 quite happily, mate. There's loads of room for that.
Yeah, I've got.
What's the bed size on the Ender 7?
It's 255 by 255 and a 300 drop.
Oh, it'll all fit on there then.
Oh, it'll go on that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think the widest dimension is 213.
I think that's the main one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Main 1's the biggest one I've done so far, and then main 2 isn't. No, it's narrower. It's nowhere, not quite as big at all.
Yeah.
So
you're definitely at the big.
So I was actually thinking, because obviously I'm not massive into these tabletop sort of games, so I'm going to print it all out, and then it's up to Neil to sort out someone who can have it sent to him by me.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I mean, I've got a couple of people in mind that are running a tournament in Leeds, a Warhammer 40k tournament in Leeds at some point soon. That we were speaking to a while ago about some terrain, and I'm sure they would be very happy to have that and promote at their who gave it to them, etc.
I mean, I'll be back in 2 secs.
No worries.
Yeah, no problems.
I mean, I want to see where it goes with the paintwork and everything else, and then I'm going to decide where it goes from there on mine. I think, because if it turns into a masterpiece, then I've got plans to go with that biohazard.
Yeah, fair play, man. With your crazy multi-level board.
Oh yeah, I that's just actually triggered a thought on how this could all work now. Yes.
Well, I have had in the back of my head for a long time to do the entrance to the Morlock mine from the time machine.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I roughed out the building, but I need Theo to apply some textures to it, and then I've just been trying to get the will to try and sculpt the head. The not Darth Vader head that's on there.
I know the one.
Sorry about that. I'm back now.
The
wife had to go and finish the rest of the shopping for the kids, but my daughter going back to school tomorrow.
That's all good.
It is.
Yeah. So
but yes, when it comes to finding places for prints of these to go, I have a list of lots of people.
Same. I can find places for scenery to go and live, that's not an issue. If you ever get stuck there, or anybody prints things off and wants to donate them somewhere, if you leave a comment on the YouTube channel, myself or Neil will find a loving home for them.
I'll quite happily donate. But funny enough, actually, my son just come back from school this afternoon, and he's doing World War II.
Oh, right.
So they've been
Nice.
talking about the Nazis and about Hitler and all that. And obviously, you've got all those amazing World War II things on your site.
Yeah.
So they will be getting printed, and they will get painted by him, because I can't even paint my own fingernails.
Nice.
I will
So
make sure
those replica bunkers, I learnt a lot while doing them. Not about modeling, but about bunkers, which is a surprisingly fascinating subject. Unfortunately, for everybody out there in Twitch land, I'm not going to bore you to death with the things that I learned about the rag elbow bunker building programs of the World War II between 1939 and 1943. I won't do that. But they were very much what kicked off digital taxidermy. And the interesting thing about those particular ones and it kicking off digital taxidermy is that it all stemmed from a template. So
it's something simple that just throws everything, doesn't it?
It was pretty crazy. I was selling a few bits and pieces on on eBay, and I sold one of these, the 432 1-inch boom templates to somebody, and I was like, "Is there anything else that you need that you want that you can't get?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want 4 bunkers." Okay, no problems. So I did them, and then he wanted some more, and then somebody else wanted some more, and then all of a sudden I was doing this.
That one guy, he's totally responsible for all the pain he's putting us through.
Yes,
Brilliant,
yes.
thanks, mate.
That's his fault. That's his fault, and that comes all from that one template.
It all starts with one, doesn't it?
All starts with that template. That was
There's
it.
always one in there.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I designed that before I had a 3D printer. So I was working in a design office for a place that does like theater scenery. And one of the guys there had said that he got a 3D printer. I was like, oh, can I do this template because I was playing Bolt Action at the time and got him to print that out. And nobody was interested. I was like, look, I'll show this around. People will want one. Nobody cared. I spoke to our local game shop and I was like, look, I've done it with your name on it and everything. Like, do you want to stock some of these? I can get them printed for you. No, not interested.
Wow.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, whatever. So, ho hum, you get some wins, you get some losses.
This is it. You just roll with the punches and keep them on
exactly.
coming.
Exactly. You never know where things are going to go.
You got a few things exciting coming up on the design front, haven't you?
Yeah. I was just going to show you guys a couple of things. What have we got? Well, first of all, not that one. There we go. We have the visit to Aardvarks and Dragons that we went to the other week, which I've sort of hinted about the augmented reality stuff that we've been doing lately. And we, my friend who, well, I say friend, I mean Blood Bowl nemesis. We've faced off across the Blood Bowl pitch many a time. He's
Always
killed a
good to
lot
have
of my
a dog.
rats. I've scored a lot of touchdowns against him. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you do.
And because rats die, that's what they do. And we made this sign for him. So you use your phone, you point it at his logo, and out comes a dragon.
It's
And
cool. I like it.
it
It is cool.
it has got sound, but not on that particular video, unfortunately.
It is cool.
He wanted something kind of like the Jaws out of Back to the Future thing.
No, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, so
I'm impressed
Theo
by it.
knocked that together, which was cool. And this is one of the latest models. Nobody has seen this yet. This is fresh off of Theo's printer.
Yeah, boy.
Yep, fresh from
Is that-
Theo's brain.
So what's that printed on?
That is on the Elegoo Saturn.
So that's on the Saturn. Yeah.
That's on the
come out
Saturn,
funny
yeah.
though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like
it's come out really good.
I reckon.
I really, really need to get a resin printer.
Yes.
We were just talking actually because Anycubic's got a big sale on at the minute. I was just saying to basically Neil about Anycubic's AliExpress stall. I think currently you can pick up the Photon Mini the Zero for around 80 odd quid.
Oh,
It is crazy, mate.
It is ridiculously cheap.
And it's a good printer. It is. I mean, it's not a mono or anything like that. It's a beginner's resin printer, but they're a good printer.
Yeah.
For 80 quid, it's a bargain, man. You'll have loads
It's a good start, and for 80 quid you won't lose out. I mean, you could very well soon after that be looking at saying I need a bigger one. Or something with a higher resolution, but it definitely gets you in the door.
So with that model that Theo's done,
Yes.
if you scaled it up like crap,
Yes.
FDM.
yeah.
I mean, what for FDM?
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not optimized for FDM. So
no,
you'd be
thinking large one, like large one.
Yeah. You would definitely be using supports and relying on them.
Yeah.
Which is not really what we usually design for. If we're designing for FDM, usually we'll design supports out of it. They won't need them. Because to be fair, if you're relying on supports, your print's going to fail 5 times out of 10. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But
it doesn't.
I feel like I may have to have a tackle with that because I fancy a big one.
Oh yeah, give it a go. And the other thing that he's done today is the distinct soldiers.
The distinct
distinct soldiers. Yeah, Space Knight.
Okay.
They are, and they have a cog piece.
Oh yes.
No, I like them. They're quite cool.
It reminds me of like robots out of Futurama. To be fair.
It does.
Yeah, they look. No, I like them though.
Yeah. So that's fresh. And
I love the fact he's got a big heavy weapon. That's always a bonus.
Yeah. Heavy weapons, melee weapons, all the weapons, weapony weapons.
We like weapons.
Yeah. So that's kind of the main stuff at the moment. That's what's going to be that's going to be in the next few releases. And we also will have coming to the website a whole host of new STLs from another design studio that has approached us, and we are licensing to sell, etc., etc. And they have a lot of interesting stuff indeed. I've got to go through and work out how it's going to be bundled, whether it's resin stuff, whether it's FDM, all that
Is it
sort of stuff.
anyone I might have heard of, or
3D Fortress.
okay, yeah, I know it is.
Yeah,
Done a big
they've
a big bundle, didn't they? Of it was a fortress, wasn't it? Basically,
no,
am I thinking
no,
of someone else?
yeah, somebody else.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep, that's somebody
Okay.
else.
The name's very familiar.
Yeah, they've recently done a Kickstarter for Napoleonic era city.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, that's
European Baroque buildings and stuff like that.
well, that's
But they've also done like World War One era stuff. They've got like mechs. They've done what is it? Las Vegas. Like all of Las Vegas. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't really know what they're
yeah.
sending our way, but
I
that
think
should be landing on our doorstep sometime soon for me to sort through and work out what the heck's going on.
yeah,
So
I think I do
expect a
know
bunch
your
of that to be hitting the web store sometime soon.
yeah, that'd
And
be
will
interesting.
also be on the eBay for print sales. So,
Ooh,
yeah, boy. So yeah,
yeah,
there's
boy.
some interesting stuff. There is
Yeah, no,
some very interesting stuff.
that sounds like it could be quite cool actually. So I'm gonna have to have a peruse when that comes on. I'll have to have
Yeah, no,
a dig through.
There'll be
No,
some
definitely.
interesting stuff. That'll be the third person that's brought their things to our store. Then, well, the second person, but behind Digital Taxidermy as well. That'll be three producers on the store. With Imagination Forge Games being the other as well, with that Hernfast set.
Yeah,
Um,
that's quite cool. Yeah,
yeah,
I do like.
it was
Yeah, I
good.
like the
I
look of
mean,
that.
it was he was a very fairly new designer, so I had to rework a bunch of stuff, and just to
Yeah,
bring them
to
up
learning
to
the
a sort of standard that people expected from our site. You know, I think when it comes to this new lot, though, because the designs are very different. I think there will be some that will be graded for this is for support free printing, some that might
yeah,
be easy fixes, and some which are just look, this is what it is. Okay.
yeah. That's
And
what you
there'll be
get.
a massive bundle of it. And
Just
it does all print, but you're gonna need support, or it does print, but it's resin.
or you might need
So
a roll of masking tape.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see I have to go through them because I I can't leave stuff alone, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
These
he
things
is
have
one of
to
these
be
people that
checked.
if he got it in front of him, he must check that everything is okay.
Yeah. Or at
Or he will
least
lose
I learned
sleep.
that one last week, didn't I, Martin, with the Sunlu drier bracket I made. I filled the hole in, didn't I?
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Oops. It works.
Yeah, it does. I actually like it. Just I couldn't tell you how to start designing, and I can understand why people get really pissed about people using their files for free and selling them and stuff like that. I spent half an hour on that bracket just to try and make the box a little bit more tidier and have features in there that I wanted. And
Yeah.
I,
Yep.
I can see why the likes of Neil and all them would be upset. if people started putting them on websites for nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
for sure. I mean, you
well,
know, things take time. You know, things take time to develop, things take time to model, things take time to sort out. So um it's all about that time investment. Now, if you're selling digital content, you know there's going to be piracy at some point. That's just going to be a thing. And in fact, I watch a lot of the pirate channels and everything, and I'm almost waiting to see some of our files on there because I kind of feel like that's how you know you've made it.
but somebody wants them.
Yeah, if somebody wants your stuff enough to pirate it, like you must be doing something right, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. I mean,
You know.
it's one of those that there's always going to be uh, places where they'll pull everything in to try and get it for free. It's always going to happen.
Hmm.
You're never
How
gonna
you control that, yeah, you're never going to fully control it.
no. You've got to make the price good, haven't you, for people not to
Yeah.
want to.
Well, this is it. I mean, if the price is reasonable, why bother robbing it?
Yeah, you're not going to get the support, are you? If you're going to get it on
Nah.
a piracy thing, you're not going to get the support like you are with Neil and his website and everything else.
Oh, exactly that. I mean,
And they're always on hand to give you a bit of try this way, try that way, you know. And that's what.
it. I mean, one thing I can happily say with digital taxidermy, which is why I love working with Neil and Theo and all the lads over there, is they will go above and beyond. If I report to Neil, mate, this ain't quite right. Something's, is this right or what's going on here? He will go out of his way to find that issue, but he's constantly learning off of that issue.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
customer service is something that at least I take very seriously. You know, it's like we try to make sure that we're better today than we were yesterday.
Learn by
And
your mistakes. That's it, isn't it?
that's all you can do.
yeah,
Look at Dora with the focus or the fucus or however you want to say it. Like you said before in the past, the level of customer support she's got now is fantastic.
yeah,
Will she be the same in a year?
I
yes,
mean, so far with all the producers that I've worked with and dealt with, I would say Dora has actually got one of the best customer service setups going. The way she goes above and beyond to solve all your issues is probably one of the best out there.
Yeah.
The 3D print world has kind of been like the Wild West for the last few years. And especially with the way the world's been for the last few years, of course, loads of people have just sort of set up at home and been like, oh, I can design stuff. And it's like, yeah, you totally can. Of course you can.
Yeah,
Anybody
of
can,
course.
right? It's not a problem. Question is is what you are designing good for the end user? And
Yeah,
what I mean by that is quite simply, can they just put it on their slicer and print it? You know,
exactly.
now you get so many things in 3D print groups of, I've got this file from Thingiverse, but it keeps failing, and it's like it's upside down. You know, like not the model is upside down, but it's upside down from its print orientation. You know, or it's like it's in completely. It's like, well, you know, just simple things like that. You know, that people don't
If on his
do.
back, turn it over.
You know, and then on top of that, it's like, you know, if you get in touch with a designer, will they fix the issues if there's an issue? You know, um,
No.
and this is the whole thing. It's like, I mean, we are not just the average person selling on cults or, you know, using these things. Like we've now got we've now set up a design studio. That's what we do. And as you saw from like the AR sign and stuff like that, is we do more than just files for home 3D printing. There's more stuff to come. We do some corporate things. We do some design for TV sets and stuff like that as well in the background. But the website and Digital Taxidermy as a as an artistic output is the core part of our business, and for that we need to gain customers, we need to retain customers, and we need to improve the confidence of people that we are going to be around, you know. And the only way to do that is to talk to people, you know. You have to be there, answer their questions, and solve their problems.
Try to.
So anyway, Karl, your channel, how's your channel doing?
My channel,
Let's have a bit of a shout out for your channel.
I hit me 80th subscriber yesterday.
Very nice, very nice.
I am in the pipeline of talking to companies for some support and some bit more information about what's coming out soon. But
Nice.
one thing, like I've said to Martin, I'm not going to go about doing things on my Todd, because I think as a team, I think we can offer companies a lot more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where we were pretty fortunate last week to have our first giveaway competition.
Nice.
Yeah.
We
were.
In fairness, I don't think she realised how broad a spectrum of people we had from all over the world.
Yeah.
So she did stipulate it needed to be EU countries only, including the UK. And unfortunately, one of them was from America. And from conversation, it has offered some sort of discount from their American store to him as a bit of a, thank you for taking part. Yeah, an apology, which I think is quite good. All the winners are contacted. We're over the moon.
That's good. That's good. I mean, that's got to have been a learning process as well. Like running these sorts of competitions is like, how do you? Facebook is not the most friendly of platforms for collecting that information and using it to create winners.
Yeah, there was some confusion about how the competition was to run. I think that's Martin was in the chat with me as well, and it was a bit. Obviously, they're
hit and miss, really.
Yeah, the Chinese isn't translated to English very well, but I think
the hardest thing on our side is generating enough entries, or getting entries to participate is the hardest part of anything like this, any sort of media side. And Karl done a fantastic job, to be fair. He was on it like a car bonnet, to be honest. He was posting it everywhere under the sun, and it slowly grew into quite a nice little stream of people, didn't it?
Yeah, I think we had 100 new in a week.
Yeah, I mean, we're up to 430 roughly members. So that was quite a big jump for 1 week for us.
I mean, the big thing, especially in the early days, like, and I say early as like under 1,000 subscribers, is driving that engagement. Like, how do you drive engagement? Like, once you've got over 1,000 subscribers, you should be able to drive engagement like a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, the hardest thing I find with the Facebook group is actually getting people just to talk. You can put up deals all day long, and people will sit there and choose what they will and won't want. But to get people interacting and communicating on your media channel is quite a difficult task, as we've been finding out, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there's two things that go along with that from what I've learned, right? And one thing is, if you are constantly posting effectively sales posts, yeah, so links to products, competitions, links to commerce sites, you get put into a bit of Facebook jail,
Yes.
and Facebook
Yeah.
stops showing these things to people. Yeah, you fall out of people's news feeds. In order to drive the engagement and keep it continual, um, this is why you see so much clickbait on Facebook. So you have to put up, it's about 80% of your posts need to be posts that are like, so what did you print today? Or
Yeah.
you know, don't you just hate it when, and stuff like that. And 20% of your posts need to be, can then be like
Sales.
stuff which is more commerce and business orientated.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I mean, most of ours at the moment is word of mouth and share alike
Mm.
growth, if you like.
Yeah, I
Um,
think what we do well is we've got quite good relationships with other groups. So
Yeah.
there's a French group, isn't there, that Teddy runs,
Impressions 3D.
and having a good working relationship with them is quite good as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're quite.
I mean, we
Suggest, yeah, you can post, it's fine. You know, if you've got that understanding with them, and if then I've got some projects coming up with Teddy soon, actually, which is
yeah.
sponsored by a certain filament manufacturer, which I won't name just yet, but we are putting the Ender 7 against the Sunlu SR.
Nice.
So we
That
have,
could be quite fun because that's quite a funky little machine, that FL Sun.
yeah, and I have a certain person who's on the camera at the moment who's going to kind of the organizer and the chief of that.
Oh, is he? He's what, Neil?
I don't know. Are you free, Neil?
What? Who? What? Huh? Me?
No, Martin's coming on to be our little ref, and we're kind of going down the Top Gear route, leaderboard wise.
Yep.
Right.
So I'm in the process of trying to teach myself how to use simplified slicer. Never used it in my life. He uses it. So I'm now trying to teach myself how to use that so it's as even as possible.
Yep.
So I'm quite looking forward to that because I've seen some really, really good content on the SR.
Yeah,
That
nice.
could be, yeah.
Yeah,
The SR looks actually really
collaborations and cross links are always a good way to build and grow audiences.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Some of the groups we're in part of they're not very nice. You know, there's some quite toxic relationships on there, which
Yeah.
I think which gives 99% of people a bad reputation, which is unfair.
I think the good thing we have got is because we are monitoring every post that goes on to ours. We've got the ability at the moment to keep it quite clean, keep it sensible, and sort of monitorize what's being put across. So basically, we are keeping everything to 3D related and things that we believe our viewing would actually sort of want to see, if you like. Any deals that are worth talking about are on my site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've obviously got the Digital Taxidermist group, which is kind of like a fan group for people who make the models. It's a closed group, so we keep inviting people at the end of Kickstarters or people to come and post the pics of what they're doing on there because we want to see what's going on. Are you enjoying the stuff? What are you using it for? What does it look like? Because we really like that sort of stuff. It's just seeing what people
It's good feedback
have
as
got
well,
and
isn't it?
try and get a little bit of community stuff. But I recently opened up an open group,
Yeah.
STL Finder, a place for sharing projects, Kickstarters, Patreons, things. You've got people from Spain or Portugal or something posting buy a bathroom for 3,800 euros. I'm like,
Yeah.
Really?
Uh,
What?
I'm not quite shipped to the UK though, can we, from Spain?
Sorry?
We can't get that shipped into the UK from Spain, can
No.
we, at that price?
No, exactly. It's like, what are you thinking? It's like, one, it's a 3D print group. Two, you're in Spain. Three, where is everybody else from?
Well,
What the hell?
me and Martin are always on the lookout for the Neil sign of approval for filament under £10.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is our.
I did slap up a deal earlier today, but it's TPU.
No.
2 rolls for a tenner.
No, I want PLA, 20 kilograms every month, under £10, delivered to my door.
We need a sign created that says the Neil sign of approval for when we get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. £10 or less, 20 kilograms a month. I don't want 1 kilo. I don't want 2 kilos. I want 20 kilos a month, every month, delivered to my door. £10 or less.
I will. Yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Still hunting.
I know. I mean, the guys from Leeds are at 11. They're at £11, so we're close. We're close.
EYO.
Yeah.
EYO.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are close. There was one. I'm not sure what this athlete's coming in at. I'll have to find out with that.
I think about £14.
Well, this PLA should be about £4, but
Yeah.
see.
But to be fair, even at £4, I wouldn't want to buy it.
I don't know. It does print all right. That was printed, but
yeah, but
that's it.
But that would be like getting a car and then filling it up with petrol and then finding out it hasn't got the main substance that makes it go bang and drive.
Yeah. I mean, I've been going with the cheapest that I can find, and what I've found now is that there's a cheaper one that's better. So I'm just using up the last of the cheapest that I could find, and then I'll be going and seeing Lewis and getting as much of the £11 a roll to my door things as possible.
You say that the rainbow I had off of him was the biggest surprise for me. That stuff's awesome.
Yeah,
really
I just want grey. I just want grey.
Yeah, I know, but like this is the same price and it's funky.
Yeah,
it literally under blue light, it's neon.
Yeah,
I do like a good rainbow filament, I've got to say, but it needs to.
Well, it's
the color change has got to be quicker. So if you're printing something smaller, you get that nice balance and that nice mix.
Yeah.
It's quite weird because it's matte on the roll. And when it's finished, it's almost silk.
Yeah, no, that is smooth. The fact that you used a lot of infill saved that, though.
Yeah. No. I mean, if it was
otherwise, that'd have only been like two to three colours.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definite. But if it was general printing, I wouldn't even care if I was using it for 11 quid.
We just need to see evidence photos you wearing it when you go out in it.
Yeah, it's too small for me. It's a kid's one.
You did that on purpose.
This one's actually going to Lewis.
Oh right, nice.
I'm actually sending this one to Lewis because his daughter seen it in on Under the Hot End and apparently went crazy wanting one.
Wow, nice.
I said to Lewis, look, I will actually send this one out to you and save you spending hours printing one.
Yeah. Because it's already done.
Yeah, it can go back to Lewis because as much as I would love to wear this, and I probably would wear it out because that's just me, it's a little bit too small for my head. It's like...
Yeah. It's all right. Percussive
So, yeah.
maintenance.
Yeah.
Put your
So,
head in a vice
yeah,
for a little bit.
yeah, just do a headstand for 3 days and it should just slide in.
Uh-huh.
40.
So yeah, that's where this one's going, which is quite cool. It's done a full circle. It come down to me. I done the print, and it's now going back to the guy I brought the filament off.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
there's touches that you can do, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
you want to have that kind of relationship with someone who's going to be selling you filament.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, to be honest, Lewis, I built up what I feel is a really good relationship with Lewis. I've tested filament for him. I've told him whether it's good or crap, and to be honest, it's been, yes, this is crap, and he's took it on the chin like a trooper.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd say next time you speak to him, tell him I ain't forgotten about him. I'm just going through my backlog of filament.
well, funnily enough, he does actually watch quite a lot of our streams, but
Oh,
after
good.
he does. He says, "Oh, thanks for the mention," or you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if he sort of messages me tomorrow and says, "Oh yeah, cheers for last night."
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, Lewis,
yeah.
I haven't forgotten about you.
You've not been forgotten.
No, no, no.
I did actually hit him up the other day. Actually, obviously we were talking about the helmet, and I had on my last order I brought the rainbow and some e-sun off of him, and I'm after some more e-sun, to be honest. So he's got another shipment coming in, and he's going to let me know when that's in.
E-Sun, big
So
spender.
I know, I like it though. It's nice.
Big spender.
It's nice. I've got some for this week. I've got some Sunlu grey that will be hitting the bed.
Yeah.
This
I got
past week,
wood PLA from Sunlu.
you did.
Yeah, and it went back in the box.
It's
You didn't like it.
not for the faint-hearted.
No.
Wood PLA is renowned for being a bugger.
Oh, you went for wood PLA.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I actually went for a blue glitter one to start with, but they didn't have any.
But they've run out.
Yeah, and I thought I'll be different in wood.
Don't put filament with bits through your thin nozzle. One,
No,
your nozzle won't last very long. Two, it will clog.
Well, it didn't even go through. So.
What size nozzle were you using?
What nozzle?
Yeah.
Just a 0.4, but that'll be getting changed.
Oh, yeah, no, you'll never do it. You want a 0.6 or 0.8 minimum.
Yeah, I'm going
go. Personally, I'd go 0.8.
Yeah.
With a hardened.
I've got a time on here for it, I think, somewhere. Martin saw a picture of my shed today, so he can see the mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 0.4 for a filament that has bits in it is a bad idea because it's just too small for the particles that are in the filament.
Yeah, my wife liked me making, like the vases.
Yep.
So I showed her the words and she was, "Oh, do me a vase." I was like, "Yeah, no worries." Went back in half an hour later and she was like, "Is it done?" I was like, "No, it's back in the box."
No.
It's pissed me off.
Yeah, go with a 0.8. I think you'll probably find that will give you enough flow and it will give you a nice body for a vase as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I had a little tweak.
Literally the minimum you want to be using is a 0.6. And even that is going to be touch and go.
Yeah, the nozzle needs changing anyway, but I just wanted to use it and abuse it.
Now's the time.
So perfect excuse, but yeah.
I've actually got a roll of G-Tech wood sat in my stockpile of filament that I've been meaning to use for about 8 months, and it's probably going to be sat there in 8 months' time. I'm not overly that worried about it, to be honest. I mean, it's when wood goes well, it's nice, but
See, that's
Yeah,
another
Get
one,
some
isn't
wooden
it?
cards.
Like G-Tech with 3 Gs. No, with 3 Es.
3 E's.
Like,
What's that about?
isn't
Why?
it? It's G-E-E-E Tech.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point of thinking that most 3D printer producers must be some form of dyslexic.
Who
What
knows?
else can it
They
be?
went to Fiverr for their company name. That was what they did.
I think the Google Translator screwed them over, didn't it, with the spelling in English?
Yeah. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, right. You know, it's 3D printer. So we'll go one better. We've got 3 Es.
Yeah.
And
Got
then the
3
other ones are
ED
like the three
printer.
Cs.
But, yeah.
I want to see what they come up with for 3Fs.
God. It is a strange name, but
That could be.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh,
It's
there's
okay.
a few of them out there. We were talking about it earlier.
oh, it's a random.
We were
But-
talking about it earlier, Carl, how
Yeah.
the producer names are just getting like pick any letters out the alphabet and chuck them in a sort of row, and that's what we're going to call ourselves.
Wonder
Yeah,
if they
or
use
headbutting the keyboard.
maybe they're doing that wheel, you know, the wheel thing, put the alphabet in. The first
I'll
seven
have
letters.
another.
Yeah.
I'll have a G, please, Carol.
Yeah.
No, maybe you know the pick the winner. They've just put all the letters of the alphabet in, and they're just pushing go. Whatever
They're
letters
just
come up,
watching reruns
that's
of
your name, man.
Countdown, but not to the end.
They're going backwards.
Yeah.
They're watching it in reverse.
What
Yeah.
word can you make out of this? Who's trying to make a word?
They're just like, what do you mean? Make out of it. That's the word. That's what we're going with. Nice. Well done, Carol.
Change-
That is my name. Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, Carol.
I'll have another
You had to
consonant,
pick 4
please.
Zs.
I'll have a consonant, please, Carol. Another consonant. Another consonant. Can I have a consonant? Can I have a consonant? Can I have a consonant? Another consonant, please.
Carol,
And a
are you
vowel.
inconstant?
Nice one, Carol. That'll do me.
Yeah,
That's our
cheers.
company name. Thanks,
Cheers,
Carol.
Have you got a full stop, Carol?
No, but here's an apostrophe.
Yeah. Here's an exclamation mark. Now make do with it. Bless him. Yeah, so
Nice.
this week is drawing to a close quick. This week, it seems to have gone really fast for me, but I think we've had so much going on in different places. Me, Carl, obviously with you guys, myself at work trying to take on bits of metal that you really shouldn't stand in front of when they're flying. It's never a good start. It's just made this week go so fast. It's insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's Friday tomorrow, man.
Yeah. Well, it's my youngest's 8th birthday tomorrow. And it was only like
birthday to
it was only
you.
like 4 weeks ago. Our second youngest's birthday. It's scary.
Oh, everybody in my family pretty much is like February birthdays. It's like
no,
you got New Year, January, February, and then the start of March, and it's all Christmas and birthdays, and that's it.
Mine is all within a week between me and both my sisters. So I've got my eldest sister is the end of June. My middle sister is July the 3rd, and then my birthday is July the 4th. So that's our whole week. And then my kids are all in November, December. So my eldest is November the 5th, and then my youngest is December the 18th. So it's like quite on top of each other. Mad.
Mine's Boxing
Crazy
Day.
time. Yes.
That's even worse.
Oh,
Day is
Oh,
2 days of the year.
well, you get the full cracker.
Christmas and birthday, and I have to wait
Yeah,
for the whole
you get
and birthday.
you get you get the cracker that nobody else has pulled, mate, on your birthday.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Everybody, I bet everybody still tries to get away with being like, yeah, this is your birthday present as well.
In fairness, they're all in bed.
Yeah, this is
overs from Christmas, so I'm kind of
that's even better. That's the best birthday ever.
yeah.
Well,
My
my birthday's on 20th of February, and my wife's birthday is on the 21st of February, and we got married on that weekend as well. So, we take a 4-day, we have a 4-day break and call it birthdiversary, and that's us. That's
Birthdiversary.
birthdiversary.
Well,
Love it.
we did that with our honeymoon. We did a family moon instead.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
So I'm gonna have to get creative with mine and just call them. Look, it's a crap day. We're doing nothing.
There's always that.
Another year older. There's nothing to celebrate here.
No, birthdiversary.
Another year older. What are you smiling about? It's simple. Right, I'm gonna
Nice.
just have to shoot off. I will be back in 2 seconds.
Well,
You two are good to talk for a minute.
to be fair, I think we've probably got to the end of this week's business, haven't we?
Okay.
Does anybody have anything else to throw in?
No, I'll try.
I did run 2 other filaments on this. I ran Rep Wrapper, which was the grey.
Yeah.
I wanted to revisit that, and that, yeah, I've left that open since it was last on live, and that stuff, yeah, it runs, man. That is great stuff for printing.
Okay.
Rep Wrapper PLA.
Yeah, I had
and the other one.
I had a silk gold from there.
Yeah,
and it was really, really nice.
Yeah, they're doing loads of deals over on their website at the moment, on their Facebook group, aren't they?
Yep.
So that's one to visit if anybody's sort of interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rep Wrapper.
Okay. Cool.
Good stuff. And then the other one I done was the eSun, which, yeah, it's eSun. Awesome stuff.
It's eSun. There you
go. I am all for the eSun.
All for the eSun, of which you've now ordered
nothing
more.
else to say, really.
There you go. It's eSun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair play.
I mean, there's only a couple really that I would hand on heart go out and get every time. That's eSun, Sunlu, and Iron.
There you go.
You know, if money's no object, I'd be stocking up with them all day long.
Yeah, fair play. Fair enough. Alrighty then.
But
well,
new ones are popping.
Well then, any final words and a little plug from your channel, Mr. Karl?
Yeah. Go on YouTube and look for Karl Fenton with a K.
Yep.
You'll see a Fanatical Fenton logo. Subscribe. Let me get to 100 and let me get my name changed.
Woo! Yep, for sure. We'll drop a link in the comments.
And then I'll keep coming with some content. Working with Martin and with Neil and stuff like that. Keep it going.
Yeah, defo. So we were sort of looking at doing this bi-weekly. So every other week. Maybe we can look at doing something on your channel, or you know, swapping about the appearances. So one time we do it over here, another time we come onto yours, you know, one of those, whichever works out.
Yeah, we need to sit down and work a day out, which is best for everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we can then we can go from there. And this time I have my camera sorted and my shed tidied.
Woo! And then Martin,
Mike,
any closing words?
peace out.
Peace out. Make sure you get yourself over to Under the Hot End, check out the deals, and if you need to ask anything about filament, well, he's your man, for sure.
Yeah,
Or failing that, if you're in the market for a deal on a printer, I can generally find you a good deal on printers.
It's a
So
deal,
pop
it's a
over,
steal, it's a sale of the century.
pop over, show off some of your work, let us all see what you're all doing. Love to hear from you guys.
Yep.
Always there to help.
And from Digital Taxidermy, well, go check out the Kickstarter, check out the website. This will be going over to the YouTube channel. If you're watching this later, you're on the YouTube channel, in which case drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, share, tell your mum, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everybody. And we will see you again in a couple of weeks' time. Bye-bye. Bye.